What are the types of things a man says when he deeply loves you, when he feels it to the core? So besides the words, I love you, what does a man say when he really cares about you, when he's really feeling it deeply? We're going to share with you 5 things a man says when he loves you deeply right now. Check it out. Hey there, this is Matt Boggs, and I'm the founder of the Love and Relationships Division of the Brave Thinking Institute, where our mission is empowering people to create and live a life they love, and that includes your love life. So if you're not subscribed to this channel, go ahead, take a moment, click the subscribe button and that little bell so that you get notifications, because every week we bring you videos to empower you in your love life and help you live a life you love. So this first phrase actually was shared with me by a buddy of mine a few weeks ago, where we were on a boys trip. Just happened to be our 25th annual boys trip. Friends that I've had from grade school and middle school and high school, and every year we get together. And so this particular boys trip, we're all hanging out and we're sitting around this table drinking beers, and one of the guys says, hey, so what have you guys learned that's really helped you in your marriages, in your relationship? And so this one gentleman starts sharing, and he says, I have learned to not try to fix it when my wife is having a stressful day. And the guys laugh, because we've all fallen into that trap of trying to fix it, offer advice or solutions when our significant other is having a tough day. He goes, instead, what I just say is, honey, that must be really hard. And so that's phrase number 1 is, honey, that must be really hard. And this phrase represents a strategy, something that your man has learned. He's taken the effort to learn what makes you feel better. That's why this is a demonstration of love, because his natural tendency is to fix things. This guy's natural tendency is to offer a solution, but he's reserving that because he knows what will really make her feel better, is what he's learned over time, is just compassion. It's called jumping in the puddle. When your partner is going through a tough time, jump in the puddle with them and just say, offer compassion, offer empathy, and say, wow, that must be really tough, or that really sucks, or that must be really hard. When your man is doing that, it shows a great demonstration of love, that he loves you, because he's gone out of his way to learn the real thing that will actually make you feel better in that moment. Number 2, when a man loves you, he will say things like this. Hey, a few months from now we should, and then he'll fill it in with a plan, an activity, a vacation. Hey, a few months from now we should take this vacation. Hey, a few months from now we should go to this concert. Hey, you know what? In 6 months there's this thing happening. We should go. That's a demonstration of love, because your man is seeing you in his future. He's seeing his life with you. In other words, he would rather be with you than not be with you. It was actually awareness of this particular phrase that caused my wife to know that I was getting cold feet before we got married. See, we had been dating for over a year, and I would normally say things like, hey, 6 months from now we should do this, or 3 months from now we should do this, because I was deeply in love with her. And then there was a period where I got to the door of, am I going to propose or not? And I started to get cold feet and kind of go through my own process. And she sensed that. And so she was asking, hey, what's going on with us? Where are things going? And I hadn't really brought any of this topic up, and I was wondering, I was like, how are you sensing that things are off? And she goes, because you are not saying the things you used to say in the beginning of our relationship. You're not futurizing with me. You're not saying, hey, like I'm not in the conversation of your future plans 6 months from now or a year from now. And as I reflected, I was like, wow, she's right. It was a reflection of my own fear about not knowing what I was going to do. Now, of course, everything worked out. I was able to move through that fear, and we got married. But her awareness of that language shift was a great indicator of my fear, my cold feet. So you knowing, how does your man feel? Well, what is he using in his language? Is he talking about future events? Is he saying we should do this 3 months from now, 6 months from now, a year from now? Because if he is, it's a great indicator for how invested he is in you. Now, while that last phrase was about future plans, this phrase, number 3, is about present plans. And the third phrase is, honey, let's talk about the plan. Because so often what a guy will fail to do is think about his significant other in his plan enough to fill her in on the details. That is a lack of effort. That's a lack of love. So when is he leaving? When is he coming back? What are the details? A friend of mine recently told me, she'd been married for many, many years, and her husband is an engineer mind and really focuses in, and his natural inclination was to just forget to give her important details about the plan. For example, They'd be driving to a family get-together, and on the way there, he would say, "Oh, honey, I forgot to tell you, this is a potluck." And she'd look at him saying, "What? We're going to a potluck and you didn't tell me so I could bring something?" And they'd have to pull over, go to the store, buy something to take to this event. Well, the funny part is she's a gourmet cook. So if he would at least give her a heads up, she could cook a meal for the family, and an amazing meal at that. And so one of his demonstrations of love was to really cause his engineer mind to focus in on, hey, how can I love my wife? She loves to know what the plan is. I mean, obviously a potluck, but all the plans. She loves to know what those details are. So he makes an effort to fill her in on all the details that matter to her, even if they don't naturally occur to him. So when your man is willing to give you the details, saying, here's what the plan is, and here's what I am doing, and when I'm going to be back, all of that is a demonstration of love. He wants to take care of you and make sure that you feel safe and comfortable. And this brings me to number 4. And number 4 is, I messed up, I'm sorry. When you love somebody, you are willing to own your mistakes. When you screw up, you make a bad choice, you're not operate at your best, you're willing to say you're sorry, you're willing to own your side of the street. And in relationships, there are always going to be, none of us are perfect. Every single one of us are going to make mistakes. Your man is going to screw up, he's going to make mistakes. But is he willing at least to own it, say he's sorry, and then try to make it right with you? A friend of mine was recently describing to me how he went on a vacation with his wife, and he's got 3 kids, and they were going to ride bikes on this vacation. And all 3 of his sons, they're little, they're below the age of 10, but they all know how to ride bikes, and he knows how to ride his bike, but his wife doesn't know how to ride a bike. And one of his dreams is to go on a family bike ride with her. And he had tried to teach her a few years back, but it didn't go well, and she crashed, and she got kind of hurt and banged up, scraped up. And so she hadn't been willing to ride a bike. And so on this particular trip, they were with another group of family friends, and they were all going for a bike ride. And he said, "Hey, you guys, my wife doesn't know how to ride a bike. Maybe we could help her ride a bike." He said in that moment, she shot him the death stare. And he was like, got defensive about it. And later they went in and talked, just the 2 of them. And she was like, "Why would you call me out in front of all these other people that I don't know how to ride a bike?" And he was like, "Because I want them to help you learn. Maybe they can help you and we can all go on a bike ride together. That's my dream, that we go on a bike ride together." And she was like, "Look, I don't want to be pushed. I don't want to be called out in front of other people. I will learn to ride a bike, but I will learn at my own pace." And he said, "You know what? You're right. I'm sorry, that was rude. I should not have called you out in front of those other people. I should have come to you and said, how are you interested in this, and how can we make it work?" And so in that moment, he owned it. And the 2 of them hugged, they kissed, and they made a plan for how to help her ride a bike in a way that feels good to her. So someone who can own their side, even though he wants something, you want something, the 2 of you are butting heads, can you own at least your part of it? That's a great demonstration of love. And number 5 is, let's go see your family. Now, let's go see your family is actually code for let's do something that really matters to you. There was a period maybe a few months back where my wife hadn't seen her family. She has an extended family that lives in this area, and they're about an hour and 20 minutes away. And so earlier that week, she was saying, gosh, she really misses her family, and it's been a while since she's seen them, a few months since she's seen them. And so that weekend, I woke up and I said, "What do we got going on today?" And she was like, "Oh, I don't know." And I said, "Well, let's go see your family." And her eyes welled up with tears, and she gave me a big hug, and she goes, "Oh my gosh, that feels so good to hear you say that." I hadn't even crossed her mind that morning, but I had remembered that this mattered to her. This was something that she wanted to do. So is your man suggesting that you do things that matter to you? That it might not be his first choice. I wanted to go surfing at the beach that day, but I knew that it really mattered to my wife, that it would make a huge impression on her if we could say, hey, let's dedicate this day to doing something that she really wants to do. A great expression of love is when your partner's needs and wants matter at the same degree as your own. So those are 5 things that your man says when he deeply loves you. My question for you is, what are some things you've heard your man say when he's demonstrating love for you? Go ahead and post that in the comment section below. I love reading your comments. This is an amazing community of heart-centered women who are expanding love in the world. I appreciate you. Thanks for watching. I'll see you soon.